Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Monday, March 29th, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 621 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. South African Adrian Nel killed in Mozambique jihadist attack. Here are the jurors who will decide if Derek Chauvin is guilty of murder in George Floyd's death. Republican announces run for Murkowski's Alaska Senate seat. The Ever Given was freed with the help of the Mashour, a huge dredging ship that moves 70,000 cubic feet of sand an hour. Barack Obama's Kenyan grandmother dies, age 99. College student dies after boat capsizes during crew club practice, Iowa officials say. The company's foods were linked to dog and cat deaths. It recalled other foods Friday. These national grocers and retailers will be closed on Easter Sunday. Massive container ship freed from Suez Canal. Do you miss me yet? Donald Trump hijacks Mar-a-Lago wedding reception to rail against Joe Biden. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Pfizer, Moderna vaccines 90% effective in preventing coronavirus infections in U.S. study of essential workers, CDC says, The Washington Post. Stock market news. Live updates. Stocks dip as Archegos margin call ricochets across markets. Suez ship freed. Yahoo Finance. Amazon's Twitter war with Democrats incited by fuming Jeff Bezos. Report. New York Post. Merkel faults German perfectionism for current virus woes. Associated Press. China's Xiaomi launches premium phone to challenge Apple and Samsung and fill void left by Huawei. CNBC. Kristi Noem, Lil Nas X feud on Twitter after rapper unveils Satan's sneakers. The Hill. Suez Canal traffic resumes after cargo ship Ever Given is moving again. CNBC. Trump rails against Biden during Mar-a-Lago wedding speech. The Hill. Monday, March 29th, coronavirus data by Michigan County, Macomb, Genesee among 13 counties now above 15% positivity, mlive.com. Xiaomi started work on its AirPower clone the day Apple cancelled it. Now it's here. 9 to 5 Mac. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. People are here for Kourtney Kardashian, Megan Fox's double date with rocker boyfriends. Biden extends federal moratorium on evictions amid pandemic. The giant container ship in Suez Canal is on the move. Chuck Schumer tries to squeeze extra juice from reconciliation process. Auto Workers Union endorses Shontel Brown in Ohio House race. You shouldn't have to be a father or a husband to know misogyny is wrong. U.S. men's soccer team fails to qualify for third straight Olympics. Family matriarch Sarah Obama dies in Kenyan hospital at 99. A guide to plant-based coffee creamers that actually taste good. Do we need to throw out makeup and skincare from pre-pandemic? The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Mass vaccine site opens for Native Americans. Unsolved double murder remains haunting question. Fundraiser created to help killed trooper's family. Vaccine clinic held at barbershop. MSP, suspect shoots at driver after being flipped off. Funeral home employee celebrates 60 years. Jackie Robinson artwork damaged in delivery. Frontline worker walks for first time in over a year. Hospital chaplain receives 16,000 paper cranes. Serial molester pleads guilty to 8 counts. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Cargo ship is finally freed, clearing way for traffic to resume. Biden is set for a big week of spending plans. Lawyers present case in George Floyd killing. As militants seize Mozambique gas hub, a dash for safety turns deadly. In Montana, bears and wolves become part of the culture wars. As Gonzaga dominates, UCLA tops Alabama in an NCAA thriller. A nursing home's mission to vaccinate its hesitant staff. Yang and Adams clash, councilman exits, 5 takeaways from New York City mayor's race. 16 global design concepts for an unpredictable future. An online museum shows life during wartime. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Shortage of military working dogs and national security risk, report warns. Tom Tillis, North Carolina GOP senator, says he is being treated for prostate cancer. Missouri announces first black bear hunting season this fall. Who is Matthew Frank? What to know about Derek Chauvin trial prosecutor? Amish community may have reached coronavirus herd immunity, health official says. Dan Bongino slams Biden admin on migrant facilities. Why are you treating people like animals? Thousands flee Burma airstrikes, complicating crisis. Queen Elizabeth's grandson reportedly caught breaking coronavirus travel protocol. Travel agent in Hawaii charged with 47 felonies after allegedly scamming clients, never actually booking trips. Lil Nas X spars with critics, Governor Kristi Noem over new song and Satan-themed sneakers. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Monday, March 29th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Watch the Derek Chauvin trial live. Why are there no houses to buy? Chris O'Donnell on the 12th season finale of Sis, LA, leaving the fans with some good feelings. They'll be pleased. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Video of cub approaching snowboarder leads experts to find a new virus that makes them fearless. Derek Chauvin betrayed his badge when he used lethal force on George Floyd, prosecutor says. Astronomers discover an elusive Goldilocks black hole 55,000 times the mass of the sun. Ministers considering using COVID certificates to allow offices to reopen without social distancing. Pfizer says it is prepared to drop German firm that it partnered with on COVID jabs. Woody Allen's sister says CBS lied about interview where he denies Dylan Farrow's allegations. Coronavirus, people living with someone with weak immune system to be put on jab priority list. Surgeon jailed over insurance scam and mortgage fraud must pay back $560,000 in 3 months. Twitter outage frustrates thousands worldwide who are unable to access the website or app. China's bendy glass bridge that's so extraordinary some didn't believe it was real. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Myanmar's rising body count. Happy Monday, England embarks on major easing of lockdown. COVID-19 Hive updates. Former Trump officials offer stark assessment of previous administration's coronavirus response. Obama family matriarch has died in a Kenyan hospital at 99. Against the odds, Cuba could become a coronavirus vaccine powerhouse. As Myanmar security forces crush anti-coup protests, more and more children are dying. Afghan group probes reports of 20 civilians killed in coast. Giant Ever Given ship blocking Suez Canal partially refloated, amid hopes of unblocking waterway. Taiwan's pet psychics gain ground with animal lovers looking for a connection. Pakistani court commutes death sentence after 23 years. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Derek Chauvin trial begins as George Floyd's brother calls killing modern-day lynching, live. Nike distances itself from Lil Nas X Satan shoes containing human blood. In Trumpian move, Jeff Bezos reportedly orders Amazon chiefs to hit back at critics. Coronavirus live news, France intensive care unit cases climbing rapidly, U.S. concern over WHO COVID origins report. U.S. to stop trading with Myanmar until return of democratic government. Mexico, Tulum police officers charged after woman dies during arrest. Andy Murray considers post-tennis careers as golf caddy or football coach. Yes accused of stealing handbag design from black-owned label. Suez Canal, Ever Given container ship freed after a week. Euro 2020 power rankings, France and Turkey climb our chart. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. WHO report says animals likely source of COVID. Engineers start to refloat ship stuck in Egypt's Suez Canal. China pressures brand to reject reports of Xinjiang abuses. Infant found alive after Egypt building collapse kills 25. Funerals become scenes of Myanmar resistance, more violence. 5 dead after helicopter crash in Alaskan glacier. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Trump asks wedding party, do you miss me yet? French drug company fined over mediator weight loss pill. Mozambique, dozens dead after militant assault on Palma. Suez Canal, how are they trying to move the Ever Given? Suez Canal, Ever Given container ship shifted from shoreline. George Floyd, Derek Chauvin trial begins as family demands justice. Suez Canal, stuck Ever Given container ship partially freed from shoreline. India COVID-19, PM Modi did not consult before lockdown. Brisbane lockdown, Australian city to shut down over 7 cases. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Showbiz minute, Osbourne, concert, U.S. box office. They need to be watched, how live streaming the Derek Chauvin trial lets people of color monitor the justice system. George Floyd's death was traumatizing for black teens in Minneapolis. They fear the trial will be just as painful. Suez Canal blockage, vessel partially refloated as workers resume pulling maneuvers. On this day, March 29, 1951. You cannot trust the government. Spanish-speaking social media spreads COVID-19 vaccine disinformation, adds to hesitancy. 10 states open up vaccine eligibility to all adults this week. Florida's variant cases more than double, CDC says. Live COVID-19 updates. America is on trial. Vigils, rallies held in George Floyd's honor ahead of Derek Chauvin trial. Success story, number of American bald eagles has quadrupled since 2009, experts say. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Column, if Democrats really want gun control, Senator Dianne Feinstein needs to stay in office. Long Beach resident kills 2 men during alleged break-in of his house. Seeking help with her 12-year-old's video schooling, a mother says she endured teacher's racist rant. Serial killer, whose victims included a 10-year-old Riverside County boy, dies awaiting execution. LA County cautions holiday vigilance as COVID-19 case numbers rise in other states. Even if you're vaccinated, Easter and Passover bring COVID-19 dangers. What to know? Woman dies after being struck by car while chasing robbery suspects, authorities say. A beloved LA hospital is about to close. Why no one could save Olympia Medical Center. A tale of two reckonings. How should Manhattan Beach atone for its racist past? First Lady Jill Biden to visit California next week for Cesar Chavez holiday. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Monday, March 29th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. I cannot go on. Women in Japan suffer isolation and despair amid COVID job losses. Suicide rates among Japanese women rose sharply during the pandemic, prompting calls for support for low-income households. China warns foreign firms not to engage in politics after companies raised concerns about forced labor in Xinjiang. Petra Kellner, 56-year-old Czech billionaire, dies in a helicopter crash while heli-skiing in Alaska. Richest Czech man was in the world top 100 with estimated $17 billion fortune. Japanese bank Nomura says it's facing a loss of $2 billion arising from transactions with a U.S. client as hedge fund blow up Royals markets. The boat stuck in Suez Canal is now afloat. Cargo ship blocking Suez Canal has been refloated, says Inchcape. Giant vessel is now afloat, Inchcape says. Suez update. German union calls for day strike at Amazon sites ahead of Easter. U.S. Army base poisoning drinking water of 500,000 Japanese. French philosopher Michel Foucault sexually abused boys in Tunisia, report. New Zealand won't open for tourism before reaching herd immunity through vaccination. Mexico revises coronavirus deaths toll up by 60%. The revised toll places Mexico with the second highest number of COVID-related deaths in the world, after the U.S. Woman dies while being subdued by police in Tulum, Mexico. 100 million more children fail basic reading skills because of COVID-19. The next headlines are from Forbes. New bills in U.S. Senate would bolster efforts to store carbon underground. What the Cleveland Browns off-season moves mean for Greedy Williams. Shale oil's new investors want discipline and a smaller environmental footprint. WHO reportedly finds animals are likely source of COVID-19. Lab leak theory is extremely unlikely. From audio hangs to OnlyFans, why the brand broadcasting trend is blowing up. Giant ship operated by Taiwan's Evergreen gets partially freed from Suez Canal. How the international break can provide solution to Brighton scoring problem. Why Premier League sides will be watching Borussia Dortmund's match against Eintracht Frankfurt. See's Candies makes over 4.5 million chocolate Easter eggs a season. Here's how it's done. Calling on all Shios, have you hired a CDO yet? The next headlines are from Nature.com. How pirouettes and plis prepared me for a research career. The spatial landscape of lung pathology during COVID-19 progression. Escape of SARS-CoV-2 501YV2 from neutralization by convalescent plasma. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,695,231,627 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Circumen closes major sales on Berlin competition title. What do we see when we look at the sky? Exclusive. Arista Records signs British singer, songwriter and actor Arlo. Exclusive. Australia's Nine Entertainment hobbled by cyber attack. All three media circling the Cry distributor Ned Studios UK for potential sale. Exclusive. Mass killings put Myanmar coup back on international media agenda. Godzilla vs. Kong provides lift to Korean box office. Alphard Wars to pierce Hong Kong's roadblock on satire exclusive. GM CEO Mary Barra accused of racism in ad signed by leaders of black-owned media companies. Dwayne Johnson reveals Black Adam release date. Amoeba Music's co-owner answers all your reopening FAQs about the new Hollywood store and what physical media means in 2021. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Why possibly changing the filibuster brings threats of political nuclear war. COVID-19 lockdowns have been hard on youth locked up. White House causes frustration in private and public responses to gun violence. Ever Given partially afloat as salvage teams race to reopen Suez Canal. At least 4 dead, 130 rescued as Nashville sees worst flooding in over a decade. U.S. is in the race between vaccines and variants, says public health expert. The godmother of Egyptian feminism has died, remembering Noel El-Sadouri. Indonesia church bombing wounds 20 on Palm Sunday. With more women in state office, family leave policies have not caught up. As U.S. corporations face reckoning over prescription opioids, CEOs keep cashing in. The following headlines are from The Week. Catherine Heine recommends 6 books set in small towns. The case for trailer parks. Biden is apparently determined to focus on infrastructure this week. U.S. men's soccer team falls to Honduras, won't go to Olympics again. At least 4 dead in Nashville floods after 7 inches of rain douse area. WHO China draft report on COVID-19 origins says Wuhan lab leak extremely unlikely. Giant ship blocking Suez Canal partially dislodged, starting to move. George Floyd's family, supporters hold rally and prayer vigil on eve of Derek Chauvin trial. Congresswoman-elect whose husband died of COVID-19 urges hesitant Americans to use my story and get vaccinated. Graham slammed for touting straight NRA propaganda, survivalist AR-15 fantasy in interview. These are the news headlines for today, Monday, March 29th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Evidence of a brand new physics? The beautiful abundance of Rho Ophiuchi. Spica is your guide star to Omega Centauri. The next news is from Politico. U.S. European defense chiefs condemn violence in Myanmar. Big decisions for Boris Johnson as England tentatively unlocks the vaccines that could stop COVID-19. Biden's first 100 days. Boris Johnson talks tough on China following sanctions against UK MPs. Ship partially refloated, but still stuck in Suez Canal. Biden admin remakes vaccine strategy after mass vaccination sites fizzle. Pete Buttigieg has a bridge to sell you. Redistricting disarray nudges House Democrats towards statewide bids. Opinion: the $15 minimum wage isn't the only way to raise worker pay. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Alfredo goes west. Swans caught up in COVID outbreak, need exemptions to train. Very disappointing, Brisbane cluster dashes Easter plans. Queenslanders banned from day 1 of Bombay Blues Fest. To convince women he's listening, PM must dump blaming. I would be keen, Steve Smith wants to captain Australia again. Gangnam furor, Moon sacks top economic aid for raising rent. Clause for alarm, why Hogan can't believe Tim Sayu is running scared. We put our hand up, NRL admit forward pass howler, reveal technology plans. Morrison prepares policy parade to win back women. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Europe markets, banks tumble after U.S. fund wilts. NerdWallet, the 3 most important things to do to get your house retirement ready. Auto Trader, 6 things you should do to prep your car for a spring getaway. NerdWallet, this is the one airline that's still blocking middle seats, why it matters. Next Avenue, where are the jobs? These are the areas that are growing now. Auto Trader, the best 3-row subs for less than $40K in 2021. The big move, I want to sell my home, but I cannot find anything to buy, should I rent instead? Cargo ship blocking Suez Canal partially freed. Keywords, vast majority of U.S. COVID-19 deaths could have been prevented, Burke says. Tencent Music announces $1 billion share buyback plan. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Expert new guidelines for patents, how Canada's IP law has changed since 2019, Expert. Commvault is seeking a patent agent, IPWatchdog.com. Now bioengineer partners with industry expert, now innovations to launch successful spin-off commercializing mobility technologies, Prescott News. The next headlines are from Quartz. Ever Given Budges, Chauvin trial opens, space wine. More women are turning to investing during the pandemic. WooWorks plans to go public, expose the danger of SPACs. Will Amazon unionize? Africa may not reach herd immunity against COVID-19 until 2023. What do the best online streamers have in common? Amazon has built an unbreakable monopoly in video game streaming. The talk show host of the future is a 3D video game character on Twitch. How watching other people play video games took over the world. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Funniest, most insightful comments of the week at TechDirt. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Austin Rivers. Nuggets. UCLA. NFT. Sharon Stone. Alabama basketball. Devin Booker. Gonzaga basketball. Gonzaga. Nashville flooding. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Dropping stone on own foot, China urges Western brands to avoid politics amid boycott over their rejection of Xinjiang cotton. Double standards, North Korea condemns UN's attempts to strip its right to self-defense after latest missile tests. Email accounts of Trump's DHS chief and cybersecurity officials were breached in SolarWinds hack, media. Government urges caution and common sense as England emerges from stay-at-home COVID-19 order. Oil sinks, the Suez Canal container ship successfully refloated. Luckiest knee of your life, Askren claims he made Masvidal famous as he snaps back at former UFC foe over viral KO. Could your pet be a threat? Creator of Russia's Sputnik V warns COVID May 19th spread through cats and dogs in next phase of pandemic. Venezuelan President Maduro offers oil for vaccines as country sees spike in COVID-19 cases. Insulting Putin should be punishable with prison term, senior Russian lawmaker says, after outrage over Biden's killer comments. Czech Republic's richest person, Petr Kellner, among 5 killed in helicopter crash in Alaska. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Latest round of COVID stimulus checks boost savings rather than stonks. Things that make me go inflation, crypto, command economies, and gold. Instagram is sharing 79% of your personal data with third parties. Stoltenberg comes clean on China opportunity for NATO. Global oil shipments depend on these major choke points. Watch, 2 teenage girls carjack and kill an Uber driver, CNN calls it an accident. Afghanistan, the new Islamic superpower? In quest of a multipolar economic world order. Baltimore City no longer prosecutes prostitution, drug possessions. Congress, in 5-hour hearing, demands tech CEOs censor the internet even more aggressively, Greenwald. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Ivory Coast military camp comes under attack, sources. Lockdown on thoughts, Kashmiris slam India's free speech curbs. UAE to manufacture Chinese COVID vaccine in Abu Dhabi. Qatari Emir, MBS discuss environmental challenges in phone call. Egypt makes arrests over fatal train crash in Sahag, prosecutor. A cold civil war is being waged in America. WHO report says animals likely source of COVID, AP. Hong Kong seen listing first blank check firm by year-end. India celebrates Holi amid alarming surge in COVID cases. Cooked, cricketers suffering in biosecure bubbles, says Kohli. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Kudlow, Biden's push to raise taxes, wage war on business nuts. Media ask Joe Biden the first sweet he plans to eat after Lent. Joe Biden, I don't care if Donald Trump visits the border. NRA membership spike as droves of Americans reject Democrat gun control. Mike Brown, Democrats hope illegal aliens become voters through open borders. Kennedy, putting Kamala Harris in charge of border crisis like making Lance Armstrong drug czar. DHS readies welcome for 800,000 family migrants. Saints Martian Lattimore arrested in stolen gun case. Exclusive, Mike Brown meets with leaders at border who call impacts of crisis unbearable, humanity bleeding. Fauci says MLB coronavirus restrictions could relax by late spring. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Part 6 of 7, Tall blondes and red-haired non-humans in Brazil. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Top 20 things we want to do on a post-COVID vacation, and airline change fees are crucial. Software exec becomes garbage guy walking 12 miles every day in DC to pick up trash during pandemic. Federal judge blocks further oil and gas extraction on Ohio's only national forest. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Monday, March 29th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. U.S. intelligence warns withdrawal could lead to Afghanistan being controlled by Afghans. Cheerleaders at train stations in Tokyo brighten up gloomy salarymen. Man guilty of arson after Googling methods on how to burn down own home. Wandering walrus turns up in Tenby after sighting in Ireland. Medieval meme among recent treasure finds. Johnny Depp, win $30,000 a month on wine is not enough. AI created some amazing new pickup lines. Oh, these will work. French monks locked down with 2.8 tons of cheese pray for buyers. NASA discovers gas emanating from Uranus. Truck carrying evergreen container causes traffic jam in China, picture goes viral. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Xiaomi's Mi Band 6 gives you GPS and blood oxygen sensors for only $35. Xiaomi's new Mi 11 Ultra features the biggest camera sensor in a smartphone. Add these 10 in-demand digital marketing skills to your resume, now 50% off. Seoul's smart poles will soon be able to charge drones and EVs. Here's how to calculate the cost of driving an EV per km, or mile. Clubhouse shows us how businesses can save millions on marketing. 5 tips for unethical investment in tech stocks. Run out of Ethernet ports on your router? Here's the solution. How to prevent unwanted Mac apps from launching at startup. What is the Hubble constant? The following headlines are from Science Daily. Genomic secrets of organisms that thrive in extreme deep sea. How will climate change affect hailstorms? Procedures identify Barrett's esophagus patients at risk for cancer progression. Scientists discover a new auroral feature on Jupiter. People with severe gum disease may be twice as likely to have increased blood pressure. Artificial intelligence as a co-driver. Cells rely on their crampons to avoid slipping. Carried with the wind, mass migration of large budmets to the Russian high Arctic. Forests on caffeine, coffee waste can boost forest recovery. Laser lights the way. The next headlines are from Information Week. Making the business case for edge computing. Are your cloud costs outpacing your growth? This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Monday, March 29th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. What questions do you have for Mayor Aaron Mendenhall? 5-year-old killed in crash near Beaver. 11-year-old Utah girl killed in house fire. Bayou police search for man who groped 3 women on Provo campus. Danielle White joins the Tribune as Senior Director of Audience. Michelle Goldberg, the social justice purge at Idaho colleges. Letter, decriminalizing recreational cannabis could have wide-ranging benefits. Robert Garrick, once again, inland port leaders are proving they don't want to consider public concerns. With the 2020 to 2021 season in the rear view, Bayou women's basketball is looking toward the future. Letter, concealed carry permits should be required. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Visa using stablecoin to settle transactions in lure to vintages. The Ever Given is once again afloat, raising hopes traffic can soon resume. When employers mandate a Zoom happy hour. Richard Stallman's return denounced by the Tor Project, Mozilla, and the creator of Rust. China-based hackers caught using Facebook for targeted spying on Uyghurs. Parler referred violent content to the FBI 50 times, angering users. Man released from prison after 37 years baffled by smartphones. New Godzilla vs. Kong movie sets a global pandemic box office record. New online science fiction dictionary pushes back origin of the word robot to 1920. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. St. Louis County Library distributes 1,500 grant pads to the elderly. Weekly medical marijuana sales in Missouri top $2 million. Spire customers can apply for help with rent and utility bills. Governor Parson pays tribute to those who fought in the Vietnam War. Rental assistance available for St. Louis County residents who struggle during pandemic. Missouri State Highway Patrol searching for a woman who fell into Gasconade River. Trial starts for Derek Chauvin, ex-officer charged with Floyd's death. Captain Underpants book pulled from shelves for passive racism. Endangered person advisory issued for 25-year-old Jennings woman. Colossal container ship stuck in the Suez Canal set free. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Video of Floyd arrest may appear early at ex-cop's trial. Container ship in Suez wrenched free, says canal services firm. WHO report says animals likely source of COVID-19. Nonprofits tap to help care for teen girls at convention center shelter. Driver killed when car hits signpost, bursts into flames. Staples, Office Depot will laminate your COVID-19 vaccine card for free. County pays $4 in misconduct suits against deputy. Pursuit of domestic violence suspect ends in crash. Schumer leads call to ban ghost guns in wake of Atlanta, Colorado shootings. Frustration mounts over lack of answers in Chula Vista mom's disappearance. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. How to watch the James Bond movies in order, chronologically and by release date. A massive hack that Google thwarted was actually a counter-terrorism operation. If you invested $1,000 in Apple stock 1 year ago, here's how much you'd have now. Video, close-up footage shows endangered Siberian tigress and cub is covering hidden camera trap, the Tennessee Tribune. Spying history, newly unearthed letter sheds light on LI espionage ring. Eddie Izzard turns hometown history into spy thriller. Peace process has gone adrift in Afghanistan, column, Spy's Eye, EnglishLockMet.com. Fears Parliament House hacked by China. Radhika apt to star in spy entertainer Mrs. Undercover, Bollywood News, Bollywood Hungama. The UK professor, a fake Russian spy and the undercover serious sting. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Navy hold decommissioning ceremony for USS Fort McHenry. North Carolina National Guard fields newest Paladin howitzer. U.S. Navy received its first block of Tomahawk missile. Italian newest aircraft carrier officially ready to operate F-35B fighter. Semi-autonomous robot dogs helps the U.S. Air Force to improve bases security. U.S. Air Force completes restoration of second B-52H Stratofortress bomber. France readies to offer Rafale fighter jets to Ukraine. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Zhou Guanyu takes Bahrain F2, his first feature race win. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Monday, March 29, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Contra Costa County is opening COVID-19 vaccines to all 16 plus soon. Nationwide eviction moratorium extended into summer. Container ship stuck in Suez Canal set free. Castro Valley schools now in phase 3 of reopening. IRS identity check, why more taxpayers' refunds are on hold. Animals likely source of COVID, draft WHO report says. Sarah Obama, Barack Obama's granny, dies in Kenyan hospital at 99. Cow product poised for breakout year with Oakland A's. Middle school students organize rally in Berkeley to support Asian Americans. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Kerry World War II veteran honored for 100th birthday with 100 American flags. Secondary help, Vikings bring back Alexander Edwards. Former officer's trial in George Floyd's death gets underway. 5 killed in pair of wrong-way crashes on Chicago Expressway. U.S. stocks slip in early trading, weighed down by banks. Stanford felt ready for women's tourney after nomadic year. Better, Swiss billionaire steps up to bid for Chicago Tribune. Wheeling presidential challenger Smith getting support from donors at odds with Mayor Horcher. Suburban lawmaker promotes faith's law to combat sexual abuse in schools. Even with Loyola out, March Madness still has a local rooting interest. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC, Namibia. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Malawi, Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in Barbados, March 29, 2021, 6:35 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.8 m, depth 10 km, in Portugal, March 28, 2021, 23:01 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth 40 km, in southeast of Honshu, Japan, March 28, 2021, 0:26 UTC, about 11,000 people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Monday, March 29th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cypher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. Where are 6 years of war in Yemen going? The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Trial of former officer Derek Chauvin and death of George Floyd begins today. Watch live. Staples, Office Depot offering 2 laminature COVID-19 vaccine cards for free. Plus Life Episode 1, Live Your Best Life. Container ship is set free in Suez Canal, authorities say. Texas state trooper remains critical after shooting, DPS says. Sunshine returns Monday, another cool front expected on Wednesday. Teen girls charged with murder, carjacking of Uber Eats driver in D.C. Authorities searching for inmate who walked away from Beaumont prison camp. Hildebrandt holds on to sweet traditions as soda shop's future remains uncertain. Neiman Riverdale celebrates Indian, Bangladeshi, and Guyanese cuisines. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. European women's soccer vision sees plays for indie clubs. A Soviet-era legacy, Lada cars awaken passions for Cubans. A key to bridging the political divide, sit down and talk. EU Commissioner stresses need for solidarity on migration. New this week, Godzilla vs. Kong, Concrete Cowboy and Mahalia. Explainer, what to know about the Amazon union vote. Tribeca plans in-person, outdoor film festival for June. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Early edition, weed, cheesecake, arcade tokens, and other free stuff you can get with a vaccine card. SNL recap, Maya Rudolph shows us why she's one of the sketch comedy greats. More than 3 decades after David Dinkins, is NYC primed to elect its second black mayor? Extra, feeling guilty about your vaccine morbidity? As US sees COVID uptick, NYC cases remain mostly flat but stubbornly high. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Police search for man caught on video slashing boutique worker's face in Washington Heights. City inspector suspended over racist slur in official letter to Asian residents. Columbia grad students on strike over wages and harassment policies, NYU counterparts voting on similar actions. NYC firefighter arrested after punching man in deadly fight outside Queens Bar. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Why rehabilitation is as vital as rescue for child trafficking survivors. Arab region counts cost of devastating COVID-19 pandemic. Bangladesh welcomes a new high-yielding biofortified zinc rice. Nobel economist and 100 experts condemn corporate action against Argentina and Bolivia after rollback of failed pension privatization. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. California approves ethnic studies curriculum that encourages a counter-genocide against whites. USA Today race and inclusion editor fired for falsely blaming white people for Boulder shooting. West Virginia House passes bill to ban enforcement of federal gun control, past, present and future. Why is everyone in Texas not buying? 2 teenage girls carjack and kill an Uber driver, CNN called it an accident. 77% of Americans are worried about soaring inflation. US NATO versus Russia-China in a hybrid war to the finish. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Sarah Obama, family matriarch, has died in a Kenyan hospital at 99. Canal service provider says container ship in Suez set free. Infant found alive after Egypt building collapse. Is UN chief deeply shocked by conditions at migrant detention centers? Did Costco founder say I will kill you to CEO who wanted to raise hot dog prices? Did a truck carrying an evergreen container block a Chinese highway? Jurors in ex-police officers' high-profile trial face heavy burden. Do maps show increased shipping traffic around Cape of Good Hope due to Suez blockage? Expelled from U.S. at night, migrant families weigh next steps. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Lara Trump joins Fox News, first official merger of Fox and Trump family. America is watching. George Floyd family issues warning a Chauvin trial finally begins. Boris Johnson faces legal trouble after claim he quoted Shakespeare's foreplay during affair. Lululemon's face mask feels like leggings for your face. Virtual town halls change how politicians sell the stimulus. The odds and ends of accent marks. Biden's border shrug isn't nearly enough. How Ruth Bader Ginsburg defined America as a work in progress. Why have fashion and beauty brands failed to respond to anti-Asian hate? Drag race queens and Real Housewives on surviving a pandemic in front of the cameras. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Miley Cyrus puts a sexy, skin-bearing spin on Hannah Montana merch. Bronson Pinchot lost a staggering 60 pounds in lockdown. United Airlines resumes flights from JFK for the first time since 2015. Fans think Travis Barker sucked Kourtney Kardashian's finger in video. Sir Elton John joins Metallica because nothing else matters with Miley. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Fauci warns against potential new COVID-19 surge as cases remain high. Major operation underway to free ship from Suez Canal. U.S. sees uptick in COVID-19 cases despite increased vaccine supply. California bald eagles await a new addition to their family. 15 tornadoes reported across 4 states. COVID vaccine controversy arises in Chicago. World celebrates Earth Hour by turning off non-essential lights. U.S. surgeons perform successful COVID-to-COVID double lung transplant. Vaccine efforts surge amid spike in COVID infections across the nation. Fauci warns against potential new COVID-19 surge as cases remain high. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Giant cargo ship stuck in Suez Canal is finally freed after almost a week. 1 Iowa State student dead, 1 missing after crew club boat capsizes. Joint WHO-China study says animals most likely source of COVID, report. Suspect accused of shooting at Everglades National Park rangers is taken into custody in Florida. Watch live, opening arguments in Derek Chauvin murder trial have begun. Czech billionaire Petr Kellner, 4 others killed in helicopter crash in Alaska. 5 dead, 1 injured after man shoots up Maryland convenience store and kills his parents. Boy, 12, abducted from street, sexually assaulted and shot in Miami-Dade. Rogue tweet from U.S. Strategic Command baffles the world. Piers Morgan defends Sharon Osbourne who was fired from the talk over Meghan Markle comments. The following headlines are from military.com. Fort Hood-based brigade commander under investigation after allegations of toxic leadership, flouting coronavirus rules. Unusual tweet by Strategic Command spurs comedic comments. Air Force contractor drowns while snorkeling off Okinawa. Ship partially refloated, but still stuck in Suez Canal. Vermont National Guard responds after member is charged with sexual assault. North Korea accuses UN of double standard over missile firings. Putin hails Russian military's performance in Arctic drills. Philly Proud Boys president denies inciting Capitol riot as he fights for pretrial release. North Korea accuses Biden of provocation after missile test. Man accused of assaulting Asian vet charged with hate crime. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Watch live, Mayor Lightfoot, Chicago health officials provide a COVID-19 update. 2 killed in head-on collision on Eisenhower Expressway in Forest Park caused by wrong-way driver. 3 killed in fiery wrong-way crash at East End of Eisenhower downtown. Racist, anti-Semitic and homophobic meme shared with Jones College prep students prompt school to contact police. Chicago police fatally shoot 1 person in Little Village. Chicago police fatally shoot 1 person during armed confrontation in Little Village, officials say. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, Chicago opens vaccines to those with health conditions and remaining essential workers Monday. Notre Dame says it can vaccinate all students for COVID-19 by end of spring semester. Federal judge denies Hinsdale motion to dismiss lawsuits related to Trinity sober living. The craziest St. Patrick's Day weather since 1871, and how the Tribune covered it. The following headlines are from FIS.org. An improved safety standard for bionic devices. Pioneering pollinator study offers clues to Darwin's abominable mystery. Meat and dairy companies slow to commit to net zero emissions, new analysis finds. Standing out, unusual magnetic transition in perovskite oxide can help boost spintronics. Paying to clear-cut the rainforests. Scientists create simple synthetic cell that grows and divides normally. Extra 100 million years before Earth saw permanent oxygen rise. Black hole seeds key to galaxies' behemoths. A general-purpose force field for coarse-grained molecular dynamics. Method offers inexpensive imaging at the scale of virus particles. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Monday, March 29th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Spurs add the to front line after Aldridge's departure. Outrage grows over police custody death in Mexico. Senator Tom Tillis says he'll have surgery for prostate cancer. African Basketball League 2 go-ahead in Rwanda in May. UK agency, vaccination rates lowest among older black people. New this week, Godzilla vs. Kong, Concrete Cowboy and Mahalia. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Time-lapse, 150-ton, 2-story apartment building moved on streets of San Jose Sunday morning. Photos, Dublin trustee Kuo honored by thousands at vigil. Cheap Eats, 7 Bay Area empanada restaurants that are amazing. Top golf complex in North San Jose edges closer to opening its doors. Quick cook, brothy baked cranberry beans with fennel and thyme. Empanada explosion. 3 Bay Area experts talk recipes, dough and fillings. Derek Chauvin trial. Watch live streaming video here. Recipe: Sabores Dulces Empanadas de Palo. Empanada filling recipe: Milajos Hageo, or Colombian sofrito. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Hawaii Labor Union files grievance over rail project layoffs. One of the elite governor schools sees uptick in diversity. Former Honolulu administrator pleads guilty to embezzlement. Eric Trump, Hunter Biden obviously lied on background check for gun purchase. Dozens of rare whales return to waters off Massachusetts. 107-year-old driver killed in hit-and-run crash near Detroit. Omaha police announce arrest in fatal double shooting. 17-year-old girl dies after crashing car in Phoenix. The next headlines are from The Intercept. After half-century in prison, elderly Black Panther should not be left to die. An all-white jury sent Rayford Burke to death row. Will North Carolina's efforts to make amends be enough? One man is standing in the way of an investigation into Cuomo's nursing home scandal. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Monday, March 29, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Autism rates have increased and show differences in ethnic minorities. A visit to DR. Google makes patients better at diagnosis. Contact lenses poised to detect cancer, treat disease and replace digital screens. 3 scientists discover a new auroral feature on Jupiter. Differences in herpes virus symptoms may relate to variations in strain gene expression. Increased precipitation and the watery miracles of Italian saints. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 65-year-old shot dead after fender bender on Tri-State at Deerfield. 5 dead in pair of fiery, wrong-way Eisenhower XB crashes Monday morning. Godzilla vs. Kong. As big screens reopen, 2 big beasts go mindlessly into battle. Opening statements begin in trial of the Derek Chauvin, ex-cop charged in George Floyd's death. High school football schedule, Week 3. Woman dies after crash in shooting. 36 shot, 4 fatally, in Chicago this weekend. 4 men wounded in I-57 shooting. Study on origins of COVID-19 says virus was transmitted from bats to humans through another animal. Hive updates. Driver gets DUI charge in Dan Ryan crash that seriously hurt 9-year-old. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. Phentermine online weight loss clinic review, where to buy best prescription diet pills. Best HGH for men, top 4 HGH supplements in 2021. Hartman, rural legislators attack Medicaid, screw the poor. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Yoga Burn Renew reviews. Is Yoga Burn Renew deep sleep supplement worth buying? Safe ingredients. Everyone we saw at the grand opening of rapper Tone Tone's Tony Island restaurant in Detroit. Circo 2 reviews. Does advanced bionutritional Circo 2 supplement worth your money? Updated reviews. Rising COVID-19 cases force Detroit Institute of Arts to close until Friday. Why Detroit's Mike Posner is climbing Mount Everest and giving back to the Detroit Justice Center in the process. Flora Spring reviews. Is Flora Spring probiotic weight loss supplement really effective? Customer reviews. Child care costs as much as college for some Michigan families. Perfect Amino reviews. Is Advanced Bionutritional's Perfect Amino safe and effective? Any side effects? You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Monday, March 29, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. The first Latinx Contemporary Dance Festival comes to Texas. 4 more lawsuits filed last Friday against Deshaun Watson. This week in Houston food events, celebrate Houston's newest holiday, World Taco Day. Superheroes and their creators battle for truth, justice, and cold hard cash. Harris County District Clerk Burgess argues juror pay bump would bring fairer, more diverse juries. Derek Thomas McKinney believes Houston's future is LOUD. The next headlines are about world records making news. Vets revving up for world record attempt, Vet Times. Nigerian powerlifters dominate Manchester World Cup, International Paralympic Committee. Adil Telly, 23, eyes Guinness Book of World Records entry, Yahoo India News. Largest workout flash mob, world record set by Romanian school children, World Record Academy. Whitley, great transgender sports debate, Gainesville Sun. The record-breaking Nepali mountaineer cleaning up the Himalaya, Lonely Planet travel news. 2007, Michael Phelps sets his third world record in as many days at World Championships, Buffalo News. Say skateboarding king Johannes looking to add to 6 world records, Eyewitness News. Borat, subsequent movie film sets new Guinness World Record, Hypebeast. Senior citizens break world record for tallest Mozza Tower, The Jerusalem Post. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Peloton's latest moves hint at a possible smartwatch. Rumored Samsung Tab A7 Lite tablet shows up in leaked pics. Indonesia oil refinery ablaze after massive explosion. Have you ever wanted a chicken nugget phone case? Now is your chance to snag one for 40% off at Society6. Is there still hope that we'll blow up the stupid boat? The Obi-Wan TV series has found its tremendous cast. Black Adam sets its sights on 2022. Boston Dynamics new box-grabbing bots can roam a warehouse looking for work. I wish these Bose open earbuds weren't so damn thick and heavy. There's a big sale on little memory cards happening today at Amazon. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Matam in Senegal at 110.48 degrees Fahrenheit or 43.6 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Concordia in Antarctica at minus 78.52 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 61.4 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. The massive cargo ship that blocked the Suez Canal is now moving again. SpaceX targeting Monday for Starship launch, but weather is iffy, updated. Hop aboard COVID-19's most famous ship, the Diamond Princess, in the last cruise. Ars Technica's non-fungible guide to NFTs. Meet Boston Dynamics' next commercial robot, Stretch. Activision releases online-only PC game without online content, cracked in one day. A light show for every crit, how good are the $39 Pixel Smart Eyes? Bus drivers bring adaptation of Alien to London's West End and Alien on stage. The ionizer in your kid's school may not do much to fight COVID. The following headlines are from Raw Story. U.S. suspends trade pact with Myanmar after protesters killed. Mike Lindell goes ballistic revealing new election challenge, Donald Trump will be back in office in August. Donald Trump is trying to rewrite the history of his presidency, but is failing miserably. SpaceX preparing for possible Starship launch. You are an embarrassment, Texas Republican faces furious backlash after claiming Dems' prayer is blasphemy. MyPillow CEO promises his social media platform will host 1 billion users who can trash vaccines. Inside a new plan to combat international money laundering. Duck unloads on Burke's CNN rehabilitation tour. She was the Titanic officer assigned to watch for icebergs. Cops and protesters clash after Antifa activists disrupt right-wing freedom rally at Oregon Capitol. White conservatives see gun ownership as patriotism, and restrictions as an attack on their moral superiority, researchers. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Latest must-have for America's ultra-billionaires, a plan to save humanity. President Biden's trustbusters aren't just experts on tech, they know about Big Ag. Dr. Deborah Birx is finally opening up about Trump's very uncomfortable treatment of her. Dr. Fauci would really like you to stay home for spring break. Watch, Senator Lindsey Graham admits parts of Georgia's voter restrictions are ludicrous. These carbon-belching zombie fires just wouldn't die, until now. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Full text, electrophysiological study of visual pathways in Nevoy Basa EB, Dove Medical Press. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Monday, March 29, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFO lands near missile base, affects radio transmissions, strike team dispatched. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Monday, March 29, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.